This year's APEC Leaders Summit is the first in-person meeting since 2018 due to COVID-19. Can you please unpack for us some of the priorities, including restoring post-pandemic travel and tourism?
There are a few priorities this year. Thailand has really been focused on sustainability, and they have an initiative called the Biocircular Green Economy, which they want to try to promote across APEC. And I think that reflects the importance that all of the APEC economies place on sustainability issues right now. And as you said, the restoration of travel and tourism is also very important. And Thailand has shown some really strong leadership in this area by setting up a safe passage task force during its APEC host year, which has created a lot of opportunities for economies to collaborate on a whole range of different initiatives, including some vaccine interoperability certificates, also some information sharing, bringing health experts together from around the region to talk about how we can make sure to return to safe travel and tourism.
But is individual economies' rigid COVID restriction becoming a hurdle or a problem to the APEC's overall efforts to restore post-pandemic travel and tourism?
I think this is one of those areas where we need to have more discussions, and that's why multilateral organizations like APEC are so important. That's why having a place and a platform where we can engage on the whole range of challenges we face on economic issues becomes important. That doesn't mean that APEC is going to dictate to any economy what it should or shouldn't do when it comes to reopening following the pandemic, but it does demonstrate the importance that APEC as an organization places upon being able to put measures in place and agree on some measures that help facilitate this sort of economic recovery that we all are hoping to promote post-COVID.
According to officials from Thailand, whether or not there will be a joint communique after the APEC Leaders Summit is still a question mark. What are the sticking points of certain wordings?
The primary sticking point for this year in APEC that's been very challenging, certainly in a lot of the ministerial meetings, has been Russia's invasion of Ukraine and the situation that that's created across the region, particularly on the economic impact. Whether you're talking about food security, whether you're talking about prices, whether you're talking about energy issues, et cetera, those are all substantive impacts that have derived from the Russia's invasion of Ukraine. So that's an issue where we've been talking about that in the APEC context. There are certainly economies in APEC who don't feel as comfortable with including that language in statements. And that's what we've seen happen so far with some of the ministerial statements earlier this year.
APEC is seen as an economic forum. What is the United States' message to China regarding potential one-on-one bilateral meetings or poolside meetings between representatives from Taiwan and the United States?
We're still developing the schedule for the various bilateral meetings that'll happen during the week, so I don't have any specific comments on that. I think that the way we look at APEC, as 21 member economies, we treat certainly every economy equally, and we want to engage with every economy.
Are open lines of communication between the world's two largest economies, China and the United States, conducive to regional stability?
We don't agree on everything, certainly, but we do want to have as constructive a relationship as possible. And I think that obviously, as the world's two largest economies, we want to continue to have that sort of touch point through APEC, and so that's really a focus of my team.